When you wish it was hot, but there's 15 centimeters of snow outside. Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So back in June, I made a video called Dreams versus Goals. And in that video, I was wearing this jacket, and it's an OFSA jacket, and basically OFSA is provincials or state if you're from America. So it's like you have areas, regionals, and then provincials for every sport. I went for track and field. So in the intro of that video, like, this is not what the video was about, but like, you know how in this video's intro I said the whole thing about the snow and wishing it was hot? Yeah. So in the intro of that video, I was wearing this jacket and I said, oh, just came home from OFSA and it was awesome. I'm sorry to say this, but I lied. This is the story about when everyone ditched me. So basically, OFSA for track was in like the first few days of June this year. It's always in the first few days of June, but this year, first few days of June. And so OFSA for track is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so the Thursday is just the relays. It's the preliminaries for the relays. So the 4x1 and the 4x4, those are the only two events. Like, all the age groups for boys and girls for relay go on that day. I did not have a relay team, so I didn't go till Thursday night. So basically what happened is one of my teammates, her parents and me, she picked me up, and then we drove to Windsor because that's where it was. And I live like just outside Toronto, so Windsor's like 4 hours away from where I live. So she drove me to Windsor and we got there at maybe 5 p.m. No, I don't know. We got there after the meet was over. And so the team, everyone who went up earlier that day, they were already out to dinner. So then we went to the mall where they were at, and then we stayed there for like 10 minutes, if even, because they were basically done. And me and her had already eaten because we stopped on the way there. So then my event, I qualified for long jump. My event wasn't till the Saturday, but I still planned to go to the track the next day on the Friday, because I wanted to support my teammates. So apparently, I do not remember hearing this, but apparently on the Thursday after we came home from the dinner, our coach said that so the people who actually had events that day, they had to be at the track early, so he was going to take them to the track. And then apparently he was going to come back at the hotel for 2 o'clock and then bring anyone else who wanted to come watch. I did not hear that, but apparently it was said. Okay, so then it's Friday. I didn't have an event, keep this in mind. So if I don't have anything to do, usually I'll wake up at like 3 p.m. But this was a bed and breakfast. That's the hotel that we were staying at. So we had to wake up at like 7:30 if we wanted to get breakfast, which I did because free breakfast, like free food, who would turn that down? So yeah, I woke up at like 7:30, went downstairs, I don't remember what I ate, and then I came back upstairs and I was like awake, so I didn't go back to sleep or anything. So I was just like watching TV and stuff. So a little bit of background information. I have 2 roommates. One is the girl who drove me up there, and then one is a girl who was in grade 10 last year. So I was in grade 11, she was in grade 10, and then there was me. So my 2 roommates were sharing the bed and I was sleeping on a cot. And this is 100% relevant, I promise. So it's the Friday, all the people who actually had events left already. Tell me why, like, half the people on my team came to my room, like, I don't know, at different times. So like 9, 11, 12, like people just randomly came into my room, not to talk to me because there were like, none of my friends were really on the team that year, but they came to like talk to my roommates and stuff, and they asked me, they're like, oh, Olivia, are you going to the track today? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the track. They're like, okay. They left. A couple hours later, oh, Olivia, you're going to the track today, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, okay. Another time, oh, Olivia, you're going to the track, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the track. So once again, I didn't hear the whole 2 o'clock call thing. So at maybe, I don't know, 2:30, I was like, okay, I've been sitting in my hotel room by myself all day. Sorry. Back it up a little bit. So as I said, I wasn't really friends with my roommates. So they weren't in my room the whole time. They were in my other, our other teammates' rooms for the whole time. So I never saw them. I was in my hotel room by myself for the whole entire day. So apparently the call for everyone else who wanted to go was at 2 o'clock. I did not know this. So at 2:30, I text my coach and I'm like, are you going to be coming back before the relays? Because I knew it was getting late and I knew that that was the only event that I was going to get to see. And then he's like, no, we already left. We asked your grade 10 roommate, the girl who I've never spoken to in my entire life. He's like, oh, we asked her if you were going to come and she said she didn't know, so we decided to leave you. I'm like, wait a second, I don't even think this was a hotel, it was a motel. There were 2 levels, okay, and the distance between the levels was like 14 steps. I'm like, you couldn't have walked up 14 steps to ask me if I wanted to come to the meet, or you have my number, hence why I'm texting you right now. So you couldn't have texted me and been like, hey, do you want to come? I would have been like, oh yeah, I want to come, and I would have walked downstairs, because I spent the whole day in my room, in my clothes, like with my, I don't know, jeans and a t-shirt on, and I have my shoes on for like 5 hours. And then I text you and you tell me that you're not gonna pick me up to carry me to the track because you left half an hour ago. I'm like, you could have walked up 14 steps and asked me, or if you were incapable of doing that, you could have texted me. You could have moved your thumbs and been like, are you coming? I would have been like, yeah, and I would have been out of my room in 3 seconds because I was already dressed. I had like my, not a purse, but like this thing that I had my money in because I had every intentions of buying that jacket. And so I was 100% ready. I would have been downstairs in 3.7 seconds. But no, you just asked a girl who I've never spoken to in my entire life if I was coming. She says she doesn't know, and then so you leave me. I don't know does not equal no. K-N-O-W and N-O are not the same thing. So if she says I don't know, that doesn't equal no. Why didn't you ask me? Why did you ask a girl who I don't even know? She's just a girl who happened to be on the track team that year. I was so angry. So he's like, oh no, we already left. We're not coming back to pick you up. And I'm just like, what? I was so angry. I'm like, I did not travel 4 hours out of my way to sit in my hotel room all day. Do you think, like, yes, I wasn't really friends with anyone on the team, but do you really think that I came 4 hours out of my way to not support my team? You think that I came 4 hours out of my way to sit in my hotel room by myself all day and watch whatever happened to be on TV? Because hotel TVs have like 4 channels. So I was watching like TVO Kids or something. So I'm like, you think that I spent 4 hours of my time in a car with people who I didn't really know that well to come here to sit in my hotel room all day? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I went to Windsor not so that I could see Windsor, but so that I could see the hotel rooms that they have in Windsor. No! That's not even the worst part. My story is not even over yet. Oh my gosh. So I realized that I'm not gonna get to go. I'm extremely angry, more angry than I am right now. But yeah, so then, like, I don't know, 7 o'clock comes and everyone comes back. So I've been alone in my hotel room for like 12 hours at this point, around 12 hours, because I went downstairs at 7:30, came up at 8, and then my roommates all left the room at maybe 8:30. So like, I don't know, 10.5 hours I've been in my room by myself watching TVO Kids, okay? And then they came back and it was all awkward and they're like, oh, we didn't know you wanted to come. I'm like, you didn't know I wanted to come, but yet like 17 different people came into my room and asked me if I wanted to come. Maybe you didn't want me there because, as I said, we're not friends. So maybe you didn't want me there, so you knew I wanted to come, but you told the coach I didn't. I don't know, but don't tell me that you didn't know when I straight up told you to your face. You could have, if you didn't want me there, you could have straight up said, oh, we didn't want you there. Don't say we didn't know after you asked me like 6 different times. Okay. Whew. So that's like the first bit of my story. Then, so we went out the Thursday night, even though me and the girl who drove me up, we kind of missed it because we came up later than everyone else. But yeah, so the Friday night we went out to dinner too. So one of the girls who competed that day, like there were multiple girls in one room who had competed that day. So someone was occupying her bathroom, so she came to our room to ask if she could use our bathroom. So we were like, yeah. So she was using our bathroom, right? And so dinner, like we were supposed to be downstairs at like 7:30 or something. So it's 7:30, we're downstairs. The girl who came into my room to use the shower, she's still in the shower. And I forgot my room key, and both of my roommates forgot their room keys. So we had no way of like getting back into the room to tell her, oh, you need to like hurry up. And like people were calling her and stuff, but she didn't have her phone because she was in the shower. So the reason I'm telling you this part of the story is because earlier that day, you didn't know that I wanted to go to the track, and you couldn't have gone upstairs to come find me, and you couldn't have called or texted me. But when a girl who you actually like, a girl who you actually wanted to go out to dinner with, when she wasn't in the lobby when everyone else was supposed to be in the lobby, you made every effort to walk up those treacherous 14 flights of stairs, knock on the door. She couldn't hear you because the shower was running. You called her, you texted her. We didn't leave that lobby till like 7:50, so we waited an extra 20 minutes for her, but you couldn't have waited an extra 3.7 seconds for me to walk downstairs when I was already ready. But we need to wait for her to dry off, go back to her room, find clothes, put them on, and then come back downstairs. So you could have waited for her, and we had a dinner reservation. There was no reservation for the track. You can go in whenever you want. So you risked missing the reservation to wait for your friend, but because me and you aren't friends, you didn't care about me, and you just left me. Okay. So anyways, we waited for her. We didn't leave that lobby till like 7:50. We still met our reservation, so that's cool, whatever. And then blah, 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 we ate, blah, 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 blah. Then we come back to the hotel room. So one of my roommates, the one who drove me up, she decided that she was going to sleep in a room with her parents. So she wasn't going to sleep in the room anymore. Then the other girl who was my roommate, who was in grade 10, who I'd never spoken to, she said she was leaving. She didn't give much information other than that. She just said, I'm leaving. And then she brought her duffel bag full of clothes and left, and none of her stuff was left in the room. None of it. And it was probably like 10:30, 11-ish at night. So I'm like, okay, clearly she doesn't want to be in a room alone with me. Her friend left to go sleep with her parents, so she doesn't want to be in a room with me anymore. So I'm like, I don't really care, because you don't like me, I don't like you, I don't really care. Like, I don't dislike her, I just don't know her. So I'm like, if you don't want to be in a room with me because you don't know me, that's perfectly valid, I don't care. And so I'm thinking, okay, why am I gonna sleep on this cot when there's a bed right there? So I got all my stuff, I had my laptop and stuff, and I like plugged it all in like close to the bed, and I like turned on the TV, and I don't know what I was watching, probably TV or Kids Again, and I was just watching TV, and I was just like using my laptop, and I was all comfortable under the covers. And then maybe at like 11:30, she comes back into the room and she's like, oh, what are you doing on the bed? I'm like, you half an hour ago you just said you were leaving, and then you took all your stuff. And she was like, oh, this is my room too, like I still want to sleep on the bed. I'm like, I thought you were gone. You said, quote unquote, I'm leaving, and then you took all of your belongings. What am I supposed to think? So I'm like, obviously if you're gone, why am I gonna leave a perfectly good bed and sleep on a cot? I'm like, that doesn't make sense. She's like, oh, well, I'm back now and I want to sleep on the bed. I'm like, okay. So then I got off, I had to unplug all my stuff, go sleep on this dirty piece of cot, and I was like, whatever. And so yeah, that is the story of when I got ditched / how awful OFSA was, because none of my friends were there. Some of my friends were on the team at the beginning, and then they all dropped out because some of them had jobs that conflicted with track practice, and some of them were on other sports teams and they chose those other sports teams over track. And so there were other grade 11s on the team, but like we were not part of the same social circle. So I had 0 friends on that trip, and apparently everyone there hated me and didn't want me at the track with them. So they left me in a hotel room for like 8 hours by myself, and then they cared obviously more about this girl than me. So we waited 20 minutes for her in the lobby, and then yeah, we went, ate, blah, 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 blah. Then my roommate apparently doesn't want to stay in a room alone with me, so then I get comfortable, and then she comes back into the room and kicks me off the bed. It was a mess. It was a mess. I did not enjoy OFSA. You don't know how many of my friends I'm trying to convince to join the track team this year, because I'm not doing that again. I'm not. It was awkward and I was angry for the whole time. I wanted to make OFSA in grade 11 so badly because I wanted to go away. When I was in grade 9, OFSA was in Mississauga, and yes, we did stay in a hotel, but Mississauga is only like 45 minutes from my house, so like we didn't have to stay overnight, but we did. And then when I was in grade 10, we didn't have OFSA. The public schools didn't, because the public schools went on strike right before track season, so no second semester sports happened for the public schools, and plus it was downtown anyways, which is still not far away. And then when I was in grade 11, it was in Windsor, which is 4 hours away. I was gonna get to go away. I was gonna get to have the actual like OFSA like experience. I was gonna get to go away, but no, I went away and stayed in a room for like 2 days straight. Thursday I stayed in my room by myself, because I didn't mention this in the story, but my roommates went downstairs to the pool even though they had to compete the next day. But yeah, so I didn't bring a swimsuit because I'm like, I'm going here to compete, not to swim. So yeah, I was in my room by myself Thursday night because they were all swimming and I wasn't, and then I was in my room by myself all day Friday because they all left without me. And then Saturday I had my event and then I left. My event was, I don't know what time, but I left the hotel at probably 7:30 a.m. and then I did my event, and then my dad was there and then he drove me back home. So I touched the track for maybe an hour and then I left. I'm like, I went to Windsor I was physically in the sun for 1 hour for that whole weekend. The sun saw my face for 1 hour. I went outside for 1 hour that whole weekend. OFSA was not fun, and I don't even know why I said that in that video. Maybe I was just happy that I at least got my jacket, but I don't know. That was not a good experience. And my recommendation to you is, if you're gonna go away with friends. Anyways, that's all for today's video. I know that it was really angry, but I needed to get this off my chest because I was rewatching that video and then I was like, that intro is false. So yeah, I just needed to get that off my chest, and now I have, and I'm good now. But yeah, so that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. If you would like to see more of me, subscribe to my vlog channel because I upload there every day. And I'll see you on this channel next Monday.